What's cracking, people? It's your man Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, representing high-level technicians operating globally and beyond. So listen, today I wanted to post a very simple question, put it out there, and see if my response aligns with what you know. And that question, gentlemen, is simply, is your woman's box broken? What does that mean? Is your wife not able to be satisfied? Is your girlfriend, is your queen bee on the roster? Is the woman that you have acquired and the object of your desire, is she not able to arrive during intimate playtime? AKA, is she not able to climax during penetrative sex? So before we get into this, I want to go over a little thought experiment for a moment. Gentlemen, when we think about persons with disabilities, we think about people, for example, who are hard of hearing, and what they usually receive are hearing aids. Then we go to people who are without a limb, and then they receive mobility aids. There's also people who have vision issues, and they receive vision aids in the form of glasses or LASIK surgery. So what about women who cannot come to a conclusion during sex? Do they require stimulate? All right. Of course, there are channels, there are services, there are therapists, there are all sorts of institutions taking a look at this phenomena from multiple angles, including the graphic that you see on your screen right now, where research is showing that up to 75% of women do not reach orgasm through penetrative sex. And before we go off on a deep end, and especially for any female listeners, we already know that the majority of this particular subject does not have to do with the man. Yes, I know it's counter narrative to what the prevailing sentiment is, but the average man will compare him to the banana in this particular picture. And let's be clear about what the majority of women want in a sexual partner. Banana. So to be clear, gentlemen, in all honesty, more often than not, it is not the fault of the male counterpart during these intimate sessions that has to do with a woman not being able to achieve penetrative orgasm. But there are spaces in social media that will try to convince you of that.
I never find it necessary to lie. You ask me, did you come, babe? Nope. Try again next time.
But that is why the manosphere, and in particular the black manosphere, exists for this very reason, so that we can have a counter narrative from our perspective, from an objective perspective, taking in all of these elements and processing it and dialoguing and having the actual conversation in order to have a comprehensive way forward with subjects such as this. Now, keep in mind, we know that there is an unending list of reasons why 75% of women who responded to that particular survey stated, and this has been repeated multiple times, stated that they cannot arrive during penetrative sex. And list some down in the comments below if you've got some that you can recall. In this conversation today, I want to present you with a list of questions that you can ask yourself and your intimate counterpart in order to take some progressive steps towards resolving what could be a minor issue within your intimate space. Now, keep in mind, We have already addressed on this channel some factors that could go into why a woman would state that she doesn't arrive when you guys are in an intimate space, and I'll link those videos once again down below. And I know, cousin. I mean, you're all about seduction. You are all about that initial interaction, getting her from hello to the pillow. What is all this talk about relating? What is all this talk about, activities beyond the initial encounter? Well, that's a very smart question. You're obviously a very intelligent person, which is why you're subscribed to this channel in the first place. I'll tell you. Included within my 7 Sacred Steps of Seduction, of course, on page 137 of my book, The Seduction Scriptures, there is a key ingredient within the overall progression. That key ingredient is actually step number 7 itself, and that is to repeat. Now, this can refer to not only just repeating a process within the 7 steps so that you can adjust for changing conditions within the scene, but it also means that once you've completed a successful seduction, when you continue forward engaging with this person, the repetition of the seductive process throughout the period of time that you and your counterpart are engaging in intimate and social activities is a central point of how you keep her fire lit. It is a central point of how it remains interesting. It is how you keep the fresh newness of your creative expressions and your mystery alive for however long you wish to progress that particular dynamic. And so now here we are, gentlemen. You've engaged in fun time with the woman that you have desired to acquire, and it has come up in conversation that she does not regularly, or she has not climaxed during penetrative sex with you, or you could be having this conversation with someone you're mentoring, or just in casual conversation in the locker room or at the barbershop. Here are some questions that you can ask yourself, your guys, or, and most importantly, the woman that you're engaging with. Here we go. First question is this. When engaging in sexual activity within the intimate space, is she sexually aroused? I know this may seem simple and rudimentary, but it is critical. It is critical to know and to understand how she communicates her arousal, okay? For you to be proactive and interactive within this amazing dance of humanity, you need to make sure that your powers of perception are fine-tuned, not only for yourself, but for your intimate counterpart. Question number 2. Does she look forward to sex? Gentlemen, let's be clear. The majority of human activity is performative, and on the part of a lot of women, they may be going through the motion. They may be faking more than just orgasms in life. They may wear the quote-unquote mask that society, or that she believes that society would have her look like or seem like in public, so much that she forgets to remove it within intimate spaces. Now, keep in mind, gentlemen, these questions are going to get progressively intimate and more explicit as we go along. I'll try to include as many questions on the YouTube side as possible, but this particular presentation is made especially for Patreon. Here we go. Number 3. Can she masturbate in front of you? Yes. Can she pleasure herself in front of you? This is a huge telltale sign in terms of her ability to center herself, her comfortability with not only who she is, but who she has allowed you to see in terms of her erotically expressive self. Very, very important question for you to address. Gentlemen, as I stated, from this point on, the remainder of these questions will be over on the Patreon side. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. Go over there for an in-depth observation on this topic. It's great for those who are in relationships. It's great for those who are married, looking to rekindle something that they believe may be lost. And overall, it's great for those who want to approach the space of intimate communication in a comprehensive manner. As always, this is your man Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, saying stay sharp and mission focused. Later.